Hey guys, alright, so I'm just going to show you a very simple tutorial on how you can use a Photoshop mockup to make your pattern look like it's really on fabric. So I'm using this mockup right here, and first let's just look at the layers panel. You're definitely going to want to have layers open. If it's not, you're going to go to Window, down to Layers, and here let's just take a look at what's going on. So first here I have this labeled, it's called Watermark. That's my logo or my digital signature. Right there. And then here we have overlay, layers, don't edit. So those are the layers that are going to make our pattern look like it's really on fabric. So if I turn this off, nothing's there. And if you were to play with turning these on and off, you'll see how that will affect the shadows that it's casting. I highly recommend, once you realize what files you will not be touching, just select them all and lock them. Then you're going to see that there's a file and then or a layer that has this little icon, and this is the layer that you're going to want to drop your pattern design into. This is called a smart object layer. So we're going to double click on that, and it's going to open up a new file or a new tab. And here, this is just like the default sample. And then when I first got this mock-up, this was the sample. So these files, like none of these really matter, but because we're going to drop in a pattern design that I just created of this cute ice cream scoop. So I'm going to drop this in here, and I'm going to fill the whole layer with this design. I'm going to drag it over, and I'm just going to make sure that this doesn't have a line in there. Like right now you can see it's not perfectly lined up, so I'm just going to use my arrow keys just to tap that over to make sure that white line goes away. Then I'm going to hit save. Sometimes this little error will come up, and sometimes it doesn't matter. So just hit OK, and then there you have it. So now you have your pattern design on a smart object that makes it appear like it's on like a silky satin fabric, and that's really cool. It's a really nice way to show off your work, to kind of give people the appearance that your stuff is being in production or it's being made, and it also can give retailers a good idea of what your fabric would look like. I'm going to make other tutorials about how to use different types of mock-ups to put your pattern designs on, so you can be sure to look for those. And then just a quick note on exporting. I'm going to be posting this to my Instagram. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File and then Export As, and I'm using a Photoshop CC. So this is a little new. Okay, so for Instagram, the size is going to be 1080, and I'm going to click just right on height, and it's already going to size the width and the height because my document is already square. If my document wasn't already square, I'd have to crop it first and then come and export it. You don't want to have your image get shifted or squished while you are resizing it, but this does it proportionally, which is really nice. There used to be like a little lock here where you could unlock the proportions, and I'm going to save it as a JPEG, and I would hit export. Just to further clarify, if I hit Option Command I, it's going to bring up the image size. And so in inches, this is the size, but I can change this to pixels, and I can see that's how big my document is. There you can see it is square, but if I wanted to change it, I can unclick that link, and then I can adjust it. But you notice if I do that, then it will squish the document. So that can be rather frustrating. So you're going to want to make sure that this is linked so that it does both the height and the width at the same time, and so it doesn't give that squished appearance that can be frustrating if you don't realize you just need to click that. So I'm just going to cancel because it didn't really change anything. So hopefully that helps you make a simple mockup. This is a very, very easy mockup tutorial to follow. There are some mockups that have a lot more layers in them, and I'll be happy to demonstrate that in a further video. All right, hope this was helpful. Happy designing!